Fannie Mae is going to have a major change, and it's going to happen on September 18th. What is this change? Who will it impact? I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm also going to just break down some thoughts about the change. This is Shaheedah Hill, getting you over the hill to home ownership and helping you confidently buy your first home. So on September 18th, Fannie Mae will begin to consider rental payment history in their underwriting decision. So in their desktop underwriting decision, so the computer software that you go when you're first doing your application that evaluates whether or not you qualify for conventional financing. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac back conventional loans. So this change is going to impact Fannie Mae loans, so it's going to impact conventional loans. And that's very important because a lot of people may not qualify for conventional, they qualify for FHA. This is expected to increase the approval rate of conventional financing at least 17%. That is the estimation, that it will help at least 17% of people that may have not qualified previously to be able to qualify for conventional financing. Now, right now for September 18th, it's just going to impact Fannie Mae. However, Freddie Mac is more than likely going to come on board with the change as well. So let's talk about who exactly this will help the most. This is going to help people with no credit history or very little credit history, because prior to till now, they did not consider rental payment history in the underwriting decision, because most landlords do not report your on-time payments to any credit bureau. They usually only report them when you're late on payments, or you broke your lease, or you've been evicted. That's when they report things to your credit report. They don't report positive things to your credit report in most cases. So this is a huge jump to help more people qualify for mortgages, particularly conventional financing. So this is really a big deal. So if you have little credit or no credit, not necessarily bad credit, so it may not help people with bad credit, but if you have little credit or if you have no credit, this should help you. So what do you have to have? You have to have the same conventional guidelines. You have to have above a 620 credit score. You have to have a good DTI ratio. I've done a whole video on how you qualify for conventional. You do have to be a first-time home buyer. So somebody that has not owned a home in the last 3 years. So a first-time home buyer just simply means you have not owned a home in the last 3 years. You also have to be purchasing your primary residence. You have to be purchasing a primary residence and not an investment property. So you have to be planning to live in this home. And you have to have at least 12 months of rental history over $300 a month. And it has to be on your banking account statements. Now, this is major because if you're paying rent cash or if you're paying any other way, the way they're going to determine if you have 12 payments of rental, 12 rental payments, is they're going to link electronically to your bank account. So they're going to electronically link to your bank account, and they're going to look for 12 of those payments as you listed on your mortgage application. And they have to be like 12 recent. You can't have 2 years ago you paid rent for 12 months. So you may want to, if you haven't already, make sure you're paying with a check. Money orders, even if you're paying with money orders, that doesn't link to your banking account. So you want to make sure you're paying with check or some other electronic method of payment. Your rent, you have to make sure, this is part of the qualification, the lender has to be able to electronically link to your checking account statement where you're making these payments. So that's very important. If you haven't already started doing that, you need to make sure you're paying electronically. And this is very new, so I'm sure they'll come out with some additional rules and that sort of thing of what they will count. So say you're living at home and maybe you're paying your parents' rent and you're paying in a check. You want to make sure whatever you're doing, that you're doing it professionally, like you're writing them a check or you're paying electronically. Whatever it is, maybe you need to have a lease in place, something along those lines. But right now they're looking for 12 months of recent rental history and proof through your banking statement that you actually have been paying rent. Now, there's no way for them to tell if you're paying on time. So just know this, if you've never watched my underwriting video, when you're in the pre-approval stage, you're basically going through like a computer system to be approved for the most part. They will probably still in the underwriting, the final underwriting after you're under contract, they probably will still do a rental verification to make sure you have no late rental payments as well. So just make sure that you're keeping really good, accurate records electronically of your payments, and also make sure that you're paying on time. That's very important as well. Now, I'm going to give you a few more thoughts if you are thinking about either applying again. So say you've been denied conventional financing previously, you may want to reapply September 18th. And then if you have, again, if you have little credit history or if you have no credit history, it may be a good idea for you to apply for the first time after September 18th. Other things that I want you to consider. First, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. But just make sure you're talking to the lender to verify that they have the capability to connect to your account. Not all lenders have this capability yet, so they're not going to be able to participate in the Fannie Mae 12-month rental payment history because as part of it, they have to be able to electronically connect to your account to verify those payments have been made. So before you allow them to pull your credit, make sure they're participating and they have the capability to electronically have access to your checking account. And again, Freddie Mac may soon follow. So what happens is some of the larger institutions use Fannie Mae to back their conventional loans. Some of the smaller lenders may use Freddie Mac. So depending on your lender, you want to ask again, are you backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac? And if not, I believe very soon Freddie Mac will also allow rental payment history. And just so you know, most experts say that rental history, like on-time rental payments, is actually a better indicator of the ability to pay a mortgage over time than even credit score or, debt to income ratio. So this could be a huge benefit to a lot of people to help them get qualified, especially in the seller's market when so many sellers are looking for conventional financing. I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. And if you have questions, please put it in the comments.